Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Today we are in Gyaneshwari, chapter 18, verse number 57. But last week we saw verse number 56. Sarva karmanyapi sada kurvano mad vyapashrayah mat prasadadavapnoti shashvatam padam avyayam. See, अरे यार क्या हो गया अभी आंखों को. One moment, something problem. So, sarva karmanyapi sada sada kurvano mad vyapashrayah. See here when he says that in the previous verse, that is, we saw that last week, that that we are told that you give up all karma, that do karma sannyas, means what? What does that mean? So, remember what is the name of the chapter? The chapter is Moksha Sannyas. Chapter 5 was Karma Sannyas. And until unless Karma Sannyas is not done, purification doesn't happen, because karma, who does karma? A doer, a karta does karma. See, this I think it has become clear. Karma and kriya. Kriya phala is there, karma phala is there. But for kriya, there is no kriyata. But when the kriya activity is taken ownership of, then the one person who's taking the ownership of activity, he is called karta. Then that kriya is now called, with reference to karta, it is called karma. And the result which accrues is called karma phala. Karma phala is binding, kriya phala is not binding. We see Mahatmas also doing kriya activity, but whether they do good or they do bad, whether they scold someone, whether they whatever, there are so many things they do, but nothing sticks to them. Why? There is no karta. So here Krishna Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, oh Arjuna, I am giving you Rajguhya Yoga. I am giving you the secret of all secrets, because he is a Raja, he is a king, he is a prince or whatever. He is from a royal family. He is giving him the secret of secrets. And what is the secret? This is for all of us. What is that? While doing all activity, see what normally what do? We have to withdraw from the activity, sit in meditation. Remember how the chapter 6 came about? Karma sannyas. And then we came to meditation. Then in meditation we expanded. That is Bhakti Yoga. And then we got thoroughly confused. that we are not able to stay there. It was only a glimpse. How do I make it steady? So here the teacher, the Lord Krishna, is telling Arjuna, "Oh Arjuna, that while doing while doing karma in your life, you can attain to that unattainable, to that avyaya pratyaya, to that supreme reality. It is possible. Sarva karmanyaphi sada kurvanaha." And how do we do that activity? Mad vyapashraya, by taking refuge in me. By taking refuge in me means what? See that I am the prompter of the activity. I am the doer of activity. I am the activity. I am maintaining the activity. I am concluding the activity. And I am giving, what comes after that? Mat prasadadava apnoti. And I give the prasad also. So where is your attention? Your attention is not on the activity. Your attention is on me. Your attention is on how automatically by the grace of the divine, by the will of the divine, I wake up every morning, I go to sleep every night. At the right time, the pressure comes. At the right time, the hunger comes. At the right time, the eyes blink. At the right time, the hiccup comes. The sneeze comes. The breath goes in and the breath goes out. Without my will, my individual will, all the physiological functions in the body are taking place. Then where has this idea come that I am the doer of activity? See? And this error has happened. Now we are trying to correct it. And therefore, Bhagavan is saying, Mad vyapashraya mad prasadadavapnoti. That take refuge in me. Meaning, bring your attention to before, during, and after. Your attention should be always on me. That I am making everything happen. You get out of the way. There should be no I. You don't say I am blinking, or I am scratching. After scratching, you say I am scratching. After watching the breath, you say I am breathing. After blinking the eyes, you say I am blinking. After the hunger comes, you say I am hungry. After the pressure comes, you say I have to go to the loo. After waking up, you say I am awake. So the I only comes and takes ownership of that which has happened by the divine will. Understand this in your life. This is happening every moment. This is the Rajaguhya Yoga. देखो मजेदार चीज. सर्वकर्माण्यपि सदा कुर्वाणो मद व्यपाश्रयः मत प्रसादाद वाप्नोति शाश्वतं पदम अव्ययम्. And when you perform all activities in my remembrance, by taking refuge in me, and whatever the prasad result comes, take it as my prasad. Good, bad, ugly, success, failure, whatever. Take it as prasad. Then what will happen? Shashwatam padam avyayam. Aha. You will attain to the Shashwat. Padam avyayam. You will attain to that most auspicious supreme goal. अब कर लो, अब इसमें सोचना क्या है? Right now you are listening. Don't become a listener. Again, who is a listener? Listener is the erroneous personality, because listener, ER, error. If you are seeing me in the TV or whatever is called, Seer, again, ending in ER, error. So don't take that erroneous stand which takes the ownership of seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, ideating, imagining, waking, dreaming, sleeping. Don't take a stand. Then where, but somewhere your attention has to go. Your mind cannot stay without putting attention somewhere. That is where the next verse will tell us. See, utilize, yesterday also it came in Bhagavad Gita, in Kathopanishad. Use your intellect to make correct decision. It is the intellect which is making the erroneous decision of being the owner of all activities. And the moment he becomes the intellect says, I am the owner, because it is in the intellect that the aham vritti sprouts. And that's where the ego is. See? So if that is how it is right now. So use your intellect instead of withdrawing from everything, which is very hard. See no evil, hear no evil, talk no evil, scratch no evil. How long will you keep running away from the world? How long will you keep thinking, I don't want to be with the family, I don't want to be, I am a sannyasi, why am I staying in the house, why I have to do this, why I have to do that? Today I was fixing a tap, not pat, tap. Why I do? Sannyasi fixing a tap. Who says no? Why can't he do it? Maybe the tap inside me is faulty, so the outside has manifested. The divine tap. Some blockage somewhere. So when the blockage is there, then what happens to the pipe? Or the pipe starts making too much sound. I am making too much sound. Again, I am. See? This mouth is making too much sound. So, everything in creation, and in this creation, this body is also there. The Panchakoshas are a part of this creation. The phenomena, these Panchakoshas are the phenomena. They are part of this creation. Creation is a phenomena. This Panchakosha is a part of that phenomena, of the total phenomena. And phenomena has its own gati, has its own momentum, has its own way of evolution. Unnecessarily, you have taken the ownership. Like when we go to the lake, we throw one stone in a lake and multiple waves are created. And you are, it's going to become very quiet. I don't want to look at my face. I want to I'm enjoying looking at the waves. So what do? I don't have to throw stone after stone. Sit on the banks of the lake and just push the water like that, or hang your legs in and just shake them inside the water. The waves will continue one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. But what has happened? You have given the momentum. This is what we are doing. We are giving the attention to the world. We are taking the ownership of this Panchakoshas, and the momentum keeps going on and on and on and on and on and on. You disconnect from it, you disentangle from it, Come into the neutral position, equanimity. Immediately the momentum slows down. From inside, the pull will come. When? It may come on the seat of meditation, but it does not require that you need to sit on the seat of meditation to be in the equanimous poise. You can be in the equanimous poise in and through activity. I'm not saying in and through action, in and through activity. The moment you are equipoised, there is no more actor. So it is no more action, it is activity. And how do you bring this about? What was the word? Mad Vyapashraya. By taking refuge in the Lord, seeing His game, seeing Him as the ultimate. In Guru Nanak Mool Mantra, Granth Sahib, Ik Omkar Karta Purukha. Karta Purukha, He is the supreme doer. Unnecessarily, we have taken ourselves to be the doer. They say Purukha is Purusha, Karta Purusha. He is the ultimate doer. See? Mat prasadad vapnoti shashvatam padam avyayam. And in this manner, we, where are we? We come to the supreme goal, the supreme reality. Now we come to the next verse. Next verse is 57th. So, again, reiterating what was told in the 56th verse, perform all the activity, sarva karmani, what was it? Sarva karmani, sarva karmani api sada kurvanaha, mad vyapashraya, as a refuge. By taking refuge in me, perform all the duty. Meaning, the doer is missing because his attention is on the infinite. And whatever comes as a result, take it as a prasad. When we live in and through our daily activity, we don't have to run away from anything. When we move through, in and through our daily activity with this mindset, mad vyapashraya mat prasadat, the result will be the avyaya padam will be gained. Chetasa sarva karmani, Chetasa sarva karmani, mahi sanyasya matparaha, mahi sanyasya matparaha, buddhi yogamupashritya, buddhi yogamupashritya, matchitta satatam bhava, matchitta satatam bhava. Together, Chetasa sarva karmani, mahi sanyasya matparaha, buddhi yogamupashritya, matchitta satatam bhava. He says in the 57th verse, resigning mentally all works to me. Same thing. There he told, surrender, take refuge in me, and accept whatever the result as my prasad. Now what is he saying? Resign mentally all works to me, and making me your goal, and resorting to buddhi yoga, keep your mind constantly on me. Chetasa sarva karmani mayi. In and through Chetasa is your mind. Mayi is in me. See, sarva karmani, you understand now. You must, after all these chapters, sarva, all karmani, actions. So how do you do it? Chetasa. How can you offer? How can body offer it to the Lord? it is the mind which is taking the ownership. It is the mind which is going to let go. So how does he let go? By resigning all the actions to the Lord. Chetasa sarva karmani mayi sannyasa matparaha. Mayi sannyasa. By sannyasa, your word is resigning, giving up all activity to me. Now you do it right now. Right now. Sitting, blinking, breathing, listening, whatever you are doing right now. That attitude is inner attitude. You may be nodding, you may not be nodding, it does not matter. As long as you maintain that poise and watch. Or if you can't maintain that poise, your love for the Lord is so much, your attention on the divine, that wow, how wonderful it is. Everything is happening by His grace. I don't have to do anything. Unnecessarily, I have made my life complicated by taking ownership. This is very freeing. And when this freedom is even glimpsed, there is ecstasy. Suddenly, you feel you have always been free. When there is a glimpse, you want to get that freedom again. Once you have tasted a chocolate, you want to taste the Lindt chocolate again, or Swiss chocolate again. Same way, once you have tasted it, once you have glimpsed it, you want to have that glimpse again. You want to be stationed in that ecstasy again, continuously. See? Chetasa sarva karmani mahi sanyasya matparaha. And how do you resign your mind? What do you call? Mentally, you resign all work to me. How? By making me, the Lord is saying, by making me your goal. Our goal is what? Our children. Our goal is what? Our work. Our goal is bank balance, investments. Our goal is our health. Our goal is by hearting Bhagavad Gita. What are you going to get out of that? Small children learning Bhagavad Gita sounds nice. But a budhau, old man, no hair on the head, learning Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Rakshati Dukrun Karne. In old age, don't go into all these things. Then what should we do? I want to be busy. Otherwise, there is a fear. What? Dementia. But you are not the mind. Mind will get dementia. Every day he gets it when he goes to sleep. He can't remember anything. While going to sleep, you can't remember anything. Not after sleep. Even while going to sleep, you can't remember. You say, Manyana, hasta manyana. Till tomorrow. You postpone it. We are good at laziness, isn't it? Procrastination. See? So what is the best way? Hold on to the name of the Lord. Hold on to thinking of the Lord. If at all you have to think, why think about the world? Think about the Lord. Is it not our responsibility to take care of the world? Did you create the world that you are saying it is our responsibility? Who will give the samskaras to the children? Who will do this for the society? Who will do that for the society? Who will save the Sanatan Dharma? Sanatan Dharma doesn't need to be saved. The word itself says Sanatan, it is eternal. It can never be destroyed. You are on your ego trip wanting to spread the Sanatana Dharma. You cannot spread it. This is the only culture which cannot be pushed down someone's throat. Therefore, there is no conversion in it. Each one comes to it of their own accord. Once they have sorted out their mind, then they come to it. It's by grace that it clicks inside what the true meaning of this verse, the previous verse and this verse is. Chetasa sarva karmani mahi sanyasya matparaha. Resigning mentally all work to me, making me as your goal. So, who have you resigned mentally to perform all the work for? I'm not doing it for myself. All this property is going to go for my children. So, which means your attention is on the children. It's not on the Lord, it's on the children. Just now on Sunday, I came back from Sydney. 1 o'clock I came, 3 o'clock I had a satsang. Someone had passed away. She was a doctor back in India, in where? Somewhere near Agra, somewhere. Dr. Bali. Old lady, 86 years old. And when I saw her biopic, till age 50 she earned money. But from age 50 till 86, till that morning before she died, she worked. But from age 50 till 86, she did not charge 1 single rupee to any of her patients. Not 1 single rupee. And if poor people did come to her, she will not only give them the medicines, she will give them the charpai and the blanket and the rajai, give them money for gas cylinder, whatever the need was. She sponsored so many children for their education. See? And she will get up. For her, the work was worship. She performed all her 50 to 86. How many years is that? 36 years. 36 years. That is what I know. I have met her only once. From where do you get the strength to work without wanting anything in return? Either it is a desire to go to heaven, or it is a genuine love for the divine that He alone is making everything happen. Like that story of the cow. He said, in my prarabdha, 1 cow is written. So every day this Brahmin, he used to give his cow as donation to get punya. Every day. But he has only 1 cow. He used to give 1, but somehow 1 more cow will come to him. Because in his prarabdha, there was always 1 cow. And every day, because giving away a cow as dakshina is the greatest, dhan that you can do, charity you can do. So he used to give charity, one cow every day. Very quickly, the Lord appeared. Arey, I am running out of cows here. I am available myself now. मुक्ति हो गई उसकी. See how, just like that Brahmin who did not doubt that the if it is written in my destiny to have one cow, wherever it comes from, how do I care? Whatever I have, I'm going to use it for altruistic purposes. Check your life. Whatever you have, are you using for altruistic purposes? Is it benefiting someone's life? Not our family, but someone's life. Someone whom you don't know. Making a difference in their life. But not because I am making a difference. No. Neki kar kuएं में डाल. Do good and forget. That will only happen if your attention is on the Lord. In Delhi, one of the autos, it was written, Neki kar कुएं में डाल. That is the normal statement. फिर नीचे न्यू स्टेटमेंट, नेकी कर जूते खा, मैंने खाए तू भी खा. Do good and get censured. I am doing so much for everyone and nobody appreciates it. This is how we come. This is called neki kar jute kha. Nobody is appreciating. I did this for that person. I did that for that person. I gave him this. I gave him that. I. See? So keeping the Lord as the goal, keep performing all the work. Let the work be performed by mentally your attention being on the divine, on the supreme, and resorting to buddhi yoga. Keep your mind constantly on me and resorting to buddhi yoga. Buddhi yoga means what? See, we are in the middle of the battlefield. Don't forget the total picture. We are in the middle of the battlefield. Arjuna is sitting on the chariot, totally lost. That's how it began, isn't it? Why? His intellect got corrupted. Instead of seeing that he is in the middle of the war, instead of being a warrior to do his job, which is to fight, what did he see? He saw grandfather, he saw cousins, he saw teacher. Oh, how will I kill my own grandfather? How will I kill my own teacher? How will I kill my own cousins? Will I not go to hell? If I kill all these people here, will the, Narasankara, Varna Sankara ho jayega. There will be imbalance of all the Varnas. When so much, how many? 11 million on one side and 7 million on the other side. 18 million people are fighting. Oh my God. You cannot come out of that untouched. Society will be disturbed by that. And all this. Why? He did not know. He did not keep his buddhi in check. He gave in to the emotion. He brought all the knowledge that he had studied in the wrong place at the wrong time. The job of a person in the middle of the battlefield is only one. Consider the opposite army as the enemy and do what is required, and that is survive, not get killed. But here in Arjuna, there is no fear of death. He is already saying to our Krishna, I don't want to kill, means he knows that he can kill all of them. But understand, in his seat, in his chariot. Who is the charioteer? Is the Lord himself. Same topic came yesterday also, no, in the Kathopanishad. The analogy of the chariot, exactly the same. So who is sitting there? The charioteer. Who is the charioteer? Lord Krishna himself. See? And he has got the reins in his control. And through the reins, he has got the horses in his control. If the charioteer is weak, that is the seat of the buddhi, intellect. If the buddhi is weak, meaning the buddhi is airy-fairy, meaning buddhi is indecisive, meaning buddhi is giving into sankalpa vikalpa. See, it's all mind. It's all mind. Those thoughts which are decisive come under the umbrella of intellect. Those thoughts which are indecisive come under the umbrella of mind. But it is one thing only, mind only. In general, we use it. See? If you want to take another way of Rupak, that in the intellect, the I thought is there. In the mind, the idam thought is there. All objective thoughts are there. When the I is thinking about the object, sometimes he will be happy, sometimes he'll be sad, sometimes he will go through emotional roller coaster. Why? His attention is on the objects. Objects are continuously changing. Sometimes hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, imagining, remembering. So when so much data is coming and going, the eye can get overwhelmed because it is taking ownership. It is seeing itself existing with reference to all the objects. It's a recipe for disaster. And that disaster, very nicely here it was told, Vishada Yoga. Identity crisis. Identity crisis comes in this society when too much iPad, too much Facebook, too much Instagram, too much Twitter, too much likes every morning. How many people have said like? Recipe for disaster. But when the same I is contemplating on its source, because that possibility to think beyond words, that possibility to think the unthinkable, the possibility to have faith in something, someone whom you have not experienced yet you are dedicated to it, is possible in the divine, in the intellect. And it is only because of that possibility of faith you have reached till today, from birth. That faith that I can be successful, that faith that I can be healthy, that faith that I can be a good doctor or a professional or a IT fellow, or that faith that I want to dedicate my life to the truth. That faith. When I was in the ashram, they told me, are you going to take sannyas? I looked at Swamiji. Swamiji said, I took. But after that, when I came to my room, first thought, forget about everything, even after 2 years of studies of scriptures. Yaar, how will I survive? I'm used to having 200, 300 rupees or dollars in my pocket. Now I am not going to be earning. I am not going to be working. How will I eat? How will I travel? How will I go? How will I do this? How will I do that? It is natural to have those questions. But do we succumb to those questions and invite a identity crisis after taking the robes? It happens. For some people, it happens, and they give up the robes. After having jumped into the war, calculated everything, and when seeing the army in front, you want to run away from the army, from the war. I don't want to be a part of this war. Arjuna Sthiti. It happened to me. This thought did come. I'm not going to shy away from it. But at that moment, my life has been an experiment. At that moment, okay, this is where I am at. This is what life has brought me to. Now I am a brahmachari. I had not taken sannyas till then, but brahmachari. You don't take sannyas. So I was a sannyasi anyway, but that is the process of going through the clothes, and first white, then yellow, then orange, and after taking orange, wear any color that you want. Okay, let's give it a go. Because there is a clause. After brahmachari, as a brahmachari, you can either take the next step into sannyas, or you can go back to grahastha. Oh, so the window was open. See? But it was an opportunity. Do I succumb and give attention again to the world, or while living in the world, be totally at the mercy of the Lord, totally at the refuge of the divine? The experiment started. It's still going on 24 years later. Still going on. Never look back. This is just one example. Such examples come almost on a daily basis, moment to moment basis. Question is, are we going to give in to the objectivity, or are we going to dive back to the source, to the Lord, to the divine? See? And resorting to Buddhi Yoga, keep your mind constantly on me. So make a decision. Decision cannot be made at the sensory level. Decision cannot be made at the mental level. Mind is flux. Decision is made in the Buddhi. And what is the decision? That everything that is taking place is by His will. He alone is functioning. Whatever is happening is His potentiality alone. Let's see what Gyaneshwari Maharaj says. That was just my bit of it. या कारणे गातुवा इया सर्वकर्मा आपुलिया माझ्या स्वरूपी धनंजया संन्यासू कीजे परितोची संन्यासू वीरा करणीयेचा झणे करा आत्मविवेकी धरा चित्तवृत्ती हे मग तेणे विवेक बळे आपण पे कर्मा वेगळे माझ्या स्वरूपी निर्मळे देखिजेल आणि कर्माची जन्म भोये प्रकृती जे का आहे ते आपण याहुनी बहुये देखसी दूरी तेथ प्रकृती आपण या वेगळी नुरे धनंजया रूपे वीण का छाया जिया परी ऐसेनी प्रकृती नाशू झालया कर्म संन्यासू निफजेल अनायासू सकारणू. He says, and so, O winner of wealth, Dhananjaya, Winner of wealth, another name of Arjun. Surrender all your actions to me through Dhananjaya, through. So, you are all Dhananjaya. You have the wealth of health, you have the wealth of what do you call healthy mind, you have the physical wealth, you have a job, you have children, you have relationships, you have a house to live in, you have people who look up to you, you have people whom you care for. All this is wealth. Bhagwan has given you the opportunity and the acumen to understand the scriptures. Scriptures and Mahatmas have come into your life. All this is wealth. Don't be proud of it. Don't be arrogant. Then what do? He says, surrender all your actions unto me. Don't take ownership of anything that has come to you. All that is happening, all that has happened, all that is going to happen, happened, happening, and happen, going to happen. All it is His Leela. Meditation is when we can see His hand in every breath that we take. What is that Whitney Houston song? Every breath you take, I'll be watching you. Huh? Be the watcher. Lord is watching. You haven't caught yourself as one with the divine. Therefore, you have to do pranayam. You think about the Lord. You surrender your mind, yourself to the Lord. You will also have His disposition, because He alone is functioning through your heart. Don't be proud that all this I own. Don't be arrogant that all this is mine. Nothing is yours. This body also you could not create by yourself, and what do you say that this whole world is mine? It's the highest stupidity. The earlier we recognize, we'll die peacefully right now. Because death is happening all the time. We'll die right now. Those who are attached to the world, then it is a painful death. Pain of regrets, pain of expectations, pain of anxiety, pain of loss, pain of letting go. See? I have come across many people and read many biographies also, but I have personally come across 2, 3 people. In Melbourne, 2 people. Just now, Dr. Bali, another person. Till that afternoon, she worked, came back home, and nicely passed away. Productive life. This is possible only when she's got a spiritual inclination. Another person breathed his last, taking the name of the Lord. It cannot happen just because he wished. He worked towards it. He even told the doctors that he had lung cancer. He said, I am having lung cancer. It is very painful, but give me only that much medicine pumped into my body. that I remain conscious. I want to go consciously. I don't want to go into coma and then go away. Why you want to remain conscious? I want to chant the name of the Lord. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. He was chanting Ram, 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 Ram till the end. For this does not happen by wishful thinking. We have to work towards it. And that working is Buddhi has to make the decision. So here he says that, O winner, O Dhananjaya, surrender all your actions to me. But O warrior, do not abandon your obligatory actions. Nitya karma, you don't do it. Nitya namityaka karma, don't abandon them. You continue to perform. And what did Arjuna want to do? This special karma that he had to perform, which is fight the war, for which all the permutations, combinations had been worked out, all the offerings to Duryodhana, so that this Narsamhar should not take place. This total genocide, in the sense, because in the war everyone is going to die. So many people are going to die. Because of two people's problem, Pandava and Kauravas, other 18 million people are going to die. They are going to fight war. See? But now that all that was sorted out, it was worked out. He said, please give me only, Krishna told, if you give 5 villages, Pandavas will be happy. But Duryodhan was not ready to do all that, and Arjuna was the first one. Then I will go and finish them off right now by myself. So in all the discussions, Arjuna was there. He had worked it out. He understood the weight of the problem, what responses were required. And now, when the first arrow is to be shot in the middle of the army, he lost the plot. One day I came back from Kailash. I'm talking about how you lose the plot. One day I came back from Kailash. It was 2012 or 14. And I came back. My mom was very serious. She looked at me. Very good. Welcome. This, that. Something has happened, but you go and sleep now. I'll tell you tomorrow. I said, okay, must be something. Next morning I came down for tea. She gave me a letter from the council. They said, $50,000 will be charged to you, blah, 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 blah. Why? You are running a temple in your house and this and that. We don't run a temple, only classes. That you have done this, that you have done that, we have to get inspection, this, that. So much, oh my God, Abhi. I said, what is this prasad? It took me good 2 weeks to come on top of the problem. To come on top of the problem. To see what is the thinking of the council and what should be our response. Where are we going wrong? But we have not done anything wrong. See? But sleepless nights for a few days. Why? Didn't understand the gravity of the situation. Reacted to it. It came in our favor in the end, but initial stress, initial crisis, but O warrior, do not abandon your obligatory actions and fix your mental faculties in discriminating knowledge. Discrimination, viveka, means to distinguish between what is real and unreal, what is permanent and impermanent, what is changeless and changing, what is finite and infinite, what is constant and what is ephemeral, phenomenal. Now find out in you. I keep repeating this again and again. Live at general principle level. Gravity is common. Mind is common. Vision is common. Hearing is common. Mind is common. Deep sleep is common. Expression of consciousness through this body is a common general principle. Everyone is going through that. The sun experienced as day and night on earth is general principle. Come out of the earth, there is no day and night. there is no day and night once you come out of the earth. From the sun's point of view, there is no day and night. The more we focus on the higher, so what is the immediate higher? The moon. Moon is what? Reflected light. What is the original light? Sun. What is the origin of the sun? How do you know there is sun? Because you have eyes. So which is more powerful, the sun or your eyes? That which illumines is more powerful than that which is illumined. So sun is more powerful than moon because moon is illumined and sun is the illuminator. But my eyes are illuminating the sun. So eyes are more powerful than the sun. The senses are illumined and the mind knows that there are five senses. So who is more powerful? The mind. Who knows this? The eye. Eye is more powerful than the mind. Come back to be that. Come back to be. This was the sadhana of our Ramana Maharshi. Who am I? But we live in default settings. Keep repeating the same mistake day in and day out, day in and day out. Get up in the morning, same. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Is coffee time? They will not open the fridge and see if the dosa batter is there. They will ask, is there dosa batter in the fridge? Why can't you open and check yourself? You don't have eyes. You don't have a brain. Why you have to ask? But same default settings, not doing anything with awareness. So here he says that fix your mental faculties to discriminating knowledge. You will come to know through this discriminating knowledge my spotless nature, which is different from actions, and that the Maya, which is the source of ignorance, is far away from you. What is Maya? Panchakoshas is Maya. What is Maya? Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankar is Maya. The manifest and the unmanifest creation is Maya. What is that? Waking and dream is the manifest, deep sleep is the unmanifest. Is Maya. All the chakachond, all the variety of seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, imagining is Maya. Is Prakriti. Is ephemeral, is phenomenal. Who knows this all change, all this changing? Who knows? All this changing, who knows? There is someone who is knowing, na? Come to that principle. Be that principle. If you can't be that principle, hold on to the Lord. So here the Lord is saying that fix your mental faculties in discriminating knowledge. Discriminating knowledge, changeless and the changing. So when we are taking the name of the Lord, Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari. The mouth is chanting, the sound is coming out. While the chanting is going on, with every mantra going, are you going? With every mantra coming, beginning, are you beginning? Or are you the constant one who is aware that the mantra is beginning, mantra is maintained, mantra is concluding? But where is your attention? Is your attention on the mantra? Or is your attention on the constant principle? Because this is also karma, no? Manasa vacha kaya is the karma, is the activity. So buddhi is discriminating. Is it focused on the activity or is it focused on the constant? Activity will go on anyway. If the lecture begins, you will listen to some words and you will not listen to some words. Nobody can repeat the whole lecture to me. Many things I have told you before, many things I have repeated, many things are new, many things after many, many days I must have repeated it. But you cannot keep the focus for the entire period because it requires effort to keep attention which is coming from outside. But that which you already are, the constant, you don't require attention, you don't require effort. It is natural. All you need to do is shift your attention to that. Shift to what? Shift to the constant one. When I use what I just said, gave you example of mantra and the constant, then it sounds easy. You have to do it enough times so that it becomes easy for you also. Otherwise, we are in our default. I did not understand that. I did not listen to that, Swamiji. It was so beautiful. Can you please repeat it? How do you know it was beautiful if you didn't listen to it? Making me repeat for nothing. These are what people say to me, I'm telling you. Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? If I say golden words are not repeated, what an arrogant Swami. If I repeat it, oh, but I didn't understand that. But just now you said it was so beautiful. What did you not understand about it if it was so beautiful? Beauty is beyond understanding. देखो कैसे हम अपने आप को फंसा लेते हैं. When we give ourselves an opportunity to interact with variety, there will be confusion. Guaranteed. When we shift our attention and give value to the constant principle, all confusions, all doubts, all maya, all ignorance, all phenomenalism, or everything vanishes from the mind. Let this go deep into your subconscious mind. It will go, you're listening. It will take root by God's grace. Then, O Arjuna, you will realize that this Prakriti too is not distinct from the Supreme Self. See, what is that we are seeking? Are we seeking the world? Are we seeking the divine? Are we seeking the self, the Atman? Or are we seeking the Parabrahma, Paramatma, who alone is expressing through his Maya Shakti as Jeev Jagata Ishvara? That one alone is expressing as the variety called the world. That one alone is the Lord of the world, the Ishvara, and that one alone is the inner constant, the Atma. We don't have the vision to see that all these three are one. Why? Short of vision. How do you develop this vision? Mad vyapashraya, mat prasadat, tat padam avyaya, shashvatam padam avyaya. I can study physics from a physics teacher. I can study accountancy from an accountancy teacher. I can study Upanishads from a Upanishadic teacher or the person who has studied scriptures. Then whom will I study from to develop this vision that Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar are one? From that one who is having that disposition, isn't it? Isn't it? That vision is with whom? It is a visionless vision with Parabrahma Paramatma. For him, he alone is. When it comes to Ishvara, Ishvara is also, everything is he alone. If he is seeing, because at the Prakriti level, the totality level, he is the Lord of the Prakriti, he is the Lord of his potentiality. So he sees the entire Prakriti in which we are one of the phenomena. He sees it as self. So we must pray to him. We must surrender to him. We must contemplate on him. We must think about him. That's what he's saying. The Lord, sometimes he's taking the position of the Parabrahma Paramatma, the Absolute. Sometimes he takes the position of the Ishvara. Sometimes he takes the position of the Atma. He says, I am Hridaya Madhyastha, that I am the one who is expressing through your heart. Sometimes he takes that position. And he knows that this whole creation is he alone. We have to develop this vision. And that vision will develop those who have developed this vision, I should say this way, those who have developed this vision while living on earth, they are called saints and sages. But this potential is there in you, me, every one of us. Every one of us. This fire is there. You have to blow it. Give it some wind, immediately it will flare up. But it is covered up in the veil of relations and possessions, in the veil of body identification. In fact, body identification is the cause of relations and possessions. But Mahatma is also functioning through the body. He also feels hungry. He also goes to sleep. You have taken this body to be real. He has taken the body to be just as any other body in this creation. His mind is gone. It has expanded. It is expanded. The wave doesn't need to stop being a wave to be water. It doesn't have to die as a wave to be water. Before, during, and after the wave is always water. Before our existence, we are Parabrahma Paramatma. During existence, also we are Parabrahma Paramatma. After existence, we will be Parabrahma Paramatma. Then what is this before, during, and after? It's a phenomena. What is the constant? Parabrahma Paramatma. Who is that? I am. But where is your attention? On the body. How do you reinforce? Happy birthday to you. Someone called me, Swamiji, it's my birthday. I said, Happy death day to you. She put the phone down. she's only 26 years old. Whole life in front of her. And she thought she was going to get a good blessings. It was a blessing, but I don't know what I have to talk to her whenever I get time. Happy death day to you. Hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. है ना मजा? So this vision needs to be developed. How Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar are one. So either you catch a beep, why don't catch, don't be, go with faith, or be clear inside that this is what I want and work towards. Take the Lord's name and be attentive to the constant principle. Either the answer will come from inside or some Mahatma will come into your life. Maybe you are searching. That's why this Gyaneshwari has come into your life. You have been listening for so many years now. 6-7 years it is going on. And all of you have been there constantly. See, that's commitment. That's commitment. That's why it comes into our life. It's not that we became available to that constant principle. When that urgency is there, then solutions also come. How to think, how to focus, how to operate in this world. Today one came, no? Sarvanya karmani sada. Mat vyapashraya. We don't have to escape anywhere. We don't have to withdraw from anything. Wherever you are, however you are, immaterial of time, space, objectivity, wherever life has placed you, and every moment life is placing you somewhere, whether you like it or not. If that is going to happen anyway, why waste time thinking about what is going to happen next? Bring your attention to the divine principle, constant principle. Watch the game. Every day without your will. Waking, dream, deep sleep. Waking, dream, deep sleep. Waking, dream, deep sleep. They're coming and going. Where is your contribution to it? Automatically you get exhausted, then the sleep comes. After my mind is rested and rejuvenated, waking happens. Where is your contribution in waking? No contribution. Only contribution after waking, I am awake now. Oh, take ownership. अपने पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारो. In English, dig your own grave in the waking. What is the grave? Attachments, possessions, relationships, past, regrets, future expectations. This is all the grave. Huh? Then, O Arjuna, you will realize that this Prakriti too is not distinct from the Supreme Self. When we come closer, Vaikhari Madhyama Pashyanti Para. As the mind is slowing down, your attention is on the divine principle. Your attention, initially it is on the mantra. As the mantra is done with bhava, your attention will go to, because mind is getting purified. Where mind starts getting purified, buddhi gets invoked. You are able to see, Arey yaar, how many, I am not, is mantra important or the one who is watching, no, doing the mantra or watching the mantra important? Automatically this will come. Who am I is not a question to be asked. Under certain circumstances, correct discrimination, enough purification, the question, who am I, gets invoked. You are taking one japamala, who am I, who am I, who am I, who am I, koham, 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 koham. Who am I is not a mantra to be chanted. I am. Are you stupid to ask who am I? Yeah, you may. You are. No, but it's very difficult. Ravan Maharishi is established. I am not established. He is also I am also I don't know I, he knows I. रोना जानते हैं बस हम. Then what to do? That buddhi which was confused, now employ it in taking the name of the Lord. That's all what you do. And be attentive of the constant principle. As the buddhi becomes quietened and the mind becomes quieter and quieter and quieter, automatically, because you are chanting the Lord's mantra, that Lord is the infinite, He is the material and the efficient cause of the whole creation. From His point of view, He alone is pervading the entire creation. The creation is not separate to Him. He is not disturbed by the creation. This becomes the disposition and realization of the seeker also. That is what is told here. That then, O Arjuna, you will realize that this Prakriti too is not distinct from the Supreme Self. The Supreme Self, the Atman alone, is through its potency expressing as the waker and the waking world, dreamer and the dream world, sleeper and the no world. In the waking world, the entire gamut of experiences. In the dream, the entire gamut of experiences. Everything is the self alone. We don't have that I yet. Third eye has to be invoked. The Gyan Chakshu has to open up. That Gyan Chakshu is discrimination. Discrimination is to come to the constant one and discard the non-constant. Meaning, do not give attention, value, importance to that which is changing and give importance, value to that which is constant. This is Buddhi Yoga. अब इससे ज़्यादा और क्या क्लियर बोल सकते हैं? What more can we say than this? And many times he has told about this, Lord Krishna. Then, O Arjuna, you will realize that this Prakriti too is not distinct from the Supreme Self, as the shadow cannot remain without its original object. In this way, when this Prakriti is negated, then there will result, without any effort, total renunciation of action. Kalkat point le lo. Kathopanishad. What was told? That the light and the shadow. Remember? The ego is the shadow of the original self. What is ego expressing as? Waker, dreamer, sleeper. That is at total. Many of them are not even that point yet. They are only talking about the waking ego. Ego is expressing as the waker, dreamer, and sleeper. Have you accepted that you are all the three? Or have you come to a point which is expressing as all the three? We are only focused on the waking ego. See? But when we come to this I, when we discriminate, we see that the I is the constant one. Who is this I? This I is the shadow of the original. This I, this is the body, breath, mind, intellect, and Atma. In the intellect is the ego. This is the ego, isn't it? You don't say, Teri asam ki taisi. You don't say with this finger. This one is for susu. This one is for pointing. This one is for, I told you so. I. This fellow is the shadow of this one. Therefore, the Jnana Mudra. Same thought was there in the Dakshinamurti also. Same thought was in the Dakshinamurti also. So when he says here, it's already time, man. 4 minutes more, okay. Only 3 verses more, we'll finish it. Mag karma zat gelaya, mi atma ure apanapaya, teth buddhi ghape karuniya, pativrata, buddhi ananya yene yoge, mazamazi zairige, tai chitta chaitya tyage, ते चित्त चैत्य त्यागे मातेची भजे ऐसे चैत्य जाते सांडिले चित्त माझ्या ठाई जडले ठाके तैसे वहिले सर्वदा करी. He says we'll read it now and if I have time it's okay, otherwise next week we'll cover this point. With the elimination of all actions, only the self will remain behind, and your intellect will become united with him like a chaste wife. Our belief is that the world is outside and I am the body, and the mind is inside of this body, is the most stupid conclusion. What is the conclusion? What is the truth? Mind, just as in the dream, the mind alone projects the entire dream world. All the 5 elements, all the mountains, where rivers, people, relationships, their panchakoshas, their past, their future, their birth, their death, their memories, each person's manabuddhi chitta hankar, our mind alone has become. So same thing is happening in the waking also. But do we realize it? No. This is the stupidity. So when it says here, with the elimination of all actions, once you realize this, there is no action because there is no doer. If everything I am, where's the question of doing? For doing, duality is required. Dvait is required. Subject-object is required. If everything I am, then then where's the action? Where's the karta? There's no karta then. Then what is it called? Yet the phenomena is going on. Then it is called Leela. Water playing with water is all the waves and oceans. Bhagwan playing with himself. How does he play with himself? Through his potentiality. That potentiality is part and parcel of him. That potentiality expands into all the variety. But because she has become all the variety, she cannot become all the variety without him. He alone is expressing through the Prakriti. The material cause of the Prakriti is the Lord. Or I should say, the Prakriti can manifest or unmanifest, not by, she is doing it by herself, but in the presence of her beloved. Without her darling, she cannot do that. She knows that. We don't know that. That's why we are suffering. That's why we are listening to this lecture for last 7 years. Only the self will remain behind and your intellect will become united with him like a chaste wife. Every night it does. I told you before also. In the deep sleep, the intellect is unmanifest. There is no discrimination going on there. There is no I in deep sleep that you know. You don't say in deep sleep, I am sleeping. Then where has the intellect gone? It has gone back to the self. But there is a veil. You bring it about consciously. So, when your intellect will enter me with unswerving devotion, this is the Shiva Shakti Samavesh, Amrit Anubhav. When the mind goes back to its source, not out of force, not out of extreme willpower, it may begin with efforts, but its union, its going back to its source must be effortless. Efforts must lead to effortlessness. Desire must lead to desirelessness. Activity must lead to silence. Then it is natural. Then it is elegant. And how do you bring that about? Unswerving devotion. How do you bring devotion? Have the bhav. Chant the name with the bhav. Do the bhajan with the bhav. Do the kirtan with bhav. Listen with bhav. Have the urgency within. Don't listen the lecture or satsang, or don't take the name of the Lord as a daily routine. Yeah, every day do you feel, Arey yaar, one more day has gone again, still I am not, Lord, I have not become one with the Lord. Is this urgency there? Our urgency is every morning, Arey yaar, I have not paid that bill. Arey yaar, I have not paid the car registration. Arey yaar, that insurance has to be paid. Arey yaar, I have to go, my patients must be waiting. Have we ever once said, Arey yaar, today again I am awake? That teriki, one more day lost. Now I have to slog for one more day. Lord, are you going to grace me today? Are you going to keep me away today? Are you going to give me the vision that I listened to today? So that tomorrow I am no more. I have died while living. About died while living. Wow. वही तो चाहिए. Quickly, then we'll talk about it next week. Then your mind will resort to me, casting off the other objects of thoughts. So you should act in such a way that your mind will give up all other thoughts and remain steady in me. We'll look at this point in our next class. ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. Just sit quietly for a few moments.